Hi there. I certainly don't have to tell you that today has been a strange day. It's 5:23 here on the East Coast, and not only has today been strange, but the past few weeks have been strange. So I wanted to kind of just maybe put myself out there as an offer to share some of what I've been thinking, and hopefully, if you have some things that you want to share, I think that's probably one of the best things that all of us can do right now at this very uncertain, unusual time. I've certainly experienced a lot of unusual things in my lifetime. I'm 62 years young and I've experienced many things. But I would say that right now, this is one of the stranger times for all of us. And it's going to probably get even stranger. So, the only thing I know for sure, being a husband and a dad and an entrepreneur, all kinds of stuff, is that I've found that the best times of my life when I've gotten through the toughest times have been when I've been willing to be open, transparent, and share things with other people. So, um, today I found out I do wellness navigation part time at the Summit Y here in Summit, New Jersey, and I absolutely love doing it. I've been doing it for well over 2.5 years, so I get to talk to lots of people, lots of different ages, and I learn a lot by doing that. And I get to, really spend some time with people, helping them or supporting them, not helping them, supporting them in creating lives that they love and living them well. So I want to continue to do that. I still get to do that with the people that I navigate at the Y. It's going to be more remotely because we're shut down for the next couple of weeks. And hey, who knows? It could be much longer than the next couple of weeks. So today I wanted to be able to take some kind of action that I could not only support people that I'm navigating at the Y, but I wanted to be able to reach a larger audience. And that's what the point of this particular Facebook Live is. It's just I don't know where I'm going to go with this. I don't have a specific plan. I'm not asking anybody to do anything. I'm just putting myself out there as being somebody that could be someone that I might be able to offer up an idea, a thought, a book, a person, a trainer, a recipe. I don't know, something somewhere. Hi, Lisa. It's great to see you. Thanks for joining in. Wow, I've not talked to you in a long time. Thanks for stopping by. So it's really just a matter of kind of, I want to open up this conversation to more and more people, and I want to offer people the same idea to reach out to not only people in your family, but in your community. So if you wonder why I'm wearing a helmet, no, I don't have any extra hair on, that's for sure. But I have a helmet on because one of the initiatives I took today was I went to right around the corner, a brand new, couple of months now, Trek bike store around the corner from me. And I went down and got a Trek bike. If you notice behind, whoops, wrong side, over there. I can never figure this out. Anyway, my Star Trek that I use for spinning is great because I have it in the house and I use it for spinning. I use the Peloton app, which I absolutely love. So that's my indoor exercise that I can do if I'm not out walking or running outside. Now that the Y shut down, I can't work out at the Y. So I'm fortunate enough to have the Star Trek bike that I can basically spin at home using my Peloton app. Um, You'll also notice that my other bike there, which goes along with this helmet, is the Trek bike that I picked up. And my original reason for picking it up was because I was like, you know what, this will be great. There's families home with kids, and maybe I can kind of get people out of the house and get them out and riding about. And almost hour by hour, we're finding out that it's from 250 people can get together to 50 people get together, and I just heard that now we're down to 10 people to get together. And I was just kind of like, I'm a pretty positive person, but all of a sudden I'm going like, I had the greatest of intentions of looking to getting people out and about, and I'm like, oh my god, like, what am I going to do? Like, you can't have kids having play dates. And I was just like, well, you know what? I was planning on doing a Facebook Live, and I was like, I'm not going to do a Facebook Live. Like, I don't know what to say to anybody. And then I realized, well, that's the point. Nobody knows what to say or to do, but what's most important is that we do and say something. So I'm very excited. I have a new bike. I can get out and about, which I did already. I rode over to my friend Gloria's house and I told her about some things I was doing, and she and I had a couple of ideas together that we're working on. And then I rode back and I froze my butt off because it's really cold. I had my gloves, but I didn't put the gloves on. I was like, yeah, it's cold. But I got some fresh air and it felt good. And I'll tell you what else I noticed. There were a lot of people out. There were a lot of families out, kids on bikes, even though it was cold. So I think what's going to happen is people are not maybe going to be as many out together, but they're going to be out and about. So I would like to suggest that we all, whether we get together with a bunch of people and go riding or walking or whatever, it's not really a new idea. I think that therapeutically, mentally, for all of us, we should be looking for opportunities to just break away from the TV, radio, podcast, social media, whatever, get out and about and keep our minds and bodies in motion, thinking, clearing some of the stuff out of our head. And that's what I want to be, as someone that can share that with other people. For one, I'll share with you what I'm learning and seeing and doing during this very squirrely, unusual time. Because I think it's going to be important for us to not do like what we maybe have done in the past, where we just kind of hibernate in cocoons, stay at home, eat like nuts. I certainly know how to do that. I don't want to be one of those people that's doing that. I want to be able to come out and really spend some time with other people. So I will share what I'm learning and seeing. What I really would love, though, is I would love to get things that are coming from you guys. It could be things that are inspiring you, ideas that are inspiring you, people, books, whatever. I'd love to be able to share that. I would love you to share those things with me. I will tell you this morning what I got so excited about. I was watching the Today Show, and there was this guy somewhere in Europe that was on the rooftop, and he was in the middle of all of these different apartments, and he was out there doing an exercise program, and they showed all these people up on their balconies doing burpees and jumping jacks and calisthenics, and he had probably 100 people right where he was. Nobody was near each other, but he created this dynamic way for people to just kind of be alive and be out there and create community. That's what inspired me to go and get a bike today. And I'm like, this is going to be great because I'm going to just do the same thing where I live here in Summit. I'm going to get all these people come out of their houses and apartments, and we're going to start riding together. And I was so excited and passionate about it. And then I was like, oh, you know what? It might not be the smartest thing to do that, because we have to be careful about that from a social distancing standpoint. And yet, what's kind of cool about a bike is it almost makes you have the social distancing, because of the fact that you don't really get uptight with anybody with a bike. So I don't know what this is going to look like, but even if it's 5 or 10 people that I can get to go out with me and we can go riding different times of the day, that's one thing we can do. I'm also going to be looking where I live right now in the surrounding areas to be able to get people to say, hey, look, even if I'm not with you guys, whatever, in your circle, in your court, in your neighborhood, get 5 or 10 people together. And then post and share what you're doing, that we can kind of create this dynamic. And the two areas that I want you to kind of look at that we're going to be posting to and looking to building community are two places. One is the place that you guys may have known about before in the past, which I've started, and it's getting some traction all over the country and even a couple of places in the world, which is called the 10th of a mile move. And I'll put the URL in here so you can find it. The 10th of a mile move is really for people, quite frankly, that just were not doing anything. And I was like, look, even if you got off the couch and you moved a 10th of a mile, and then you went 2/10 of a mile. I mean, it's kind of like the couch to 5K idea. That's the idea behind that particular community. And we launched it. It was successful. People bought T-shirts. We started this. It was kind of like a little skunk works of something that happened. And then I kind of put that back on the shelf. And it's really my fault that I didn't keep that growing. So you know what? I'm getting out of my way, and we're going to kind of get that moving again, because now more than ever, it's time for people to really get some life in them and not just be at home. So the 10th of a mile move is coming out off the shelf. It's going to get out there to support people overall. That's one part. The other one is another initiative that I launched on February 25th. And once again, here I was, kind of did it, got it up and running, put it on the shelf again. I'm really good at getting something started and then putting it on the shelf. I'm working on getting over that. And that is in the Summit area, in the town that I live in. It's an idea that I have. It's called the town that gained a ton, not that town that lost a ton, which was an initiative that's done for a while ago for an amazing group of people in Dyersville, Iowa, where they got a town to get off the couch and they lost a ton, literally a ton of weight in 10 weeks. This initiative is to create in our town a town that gains a ton of muscle. Yes, people will lose fat, but I'm really looking to have more of a gaining mindset than a losing mindset. And that might sound a little strange having been on The Biggest Loser, and that's the term that we use all the time. Because behind me here, you can see my InBody machine that I have that I take around community events. I take it around to some customers and clients, and I do people's body composition. And it's been so inspiring to see what happens when people get an understanding of their body, not from a body fat perspective, but more from all the muscle that they have they didn't realize that they had. And yes, I talk about their body fat and I talk about the hydration, but I get them to really focus on their muscle, because it seems like when I can get people to realize that they're actually fitter than they realize, which is why I say to people, everybody that I work with is both fit and fat. You are right now, if you're listening to this, you are fit and you are fat. And you always will be fit and fat. And being fat is fine. And being fit is fine. It's the degree to which are we too fit where we're spending too much time working out all the time and have no life? Or are we too fat where we're not doing anything at all? We're really hurting our health and well-being. I'm looking to be somebody that's in the middle. I'm both fit and fat, meaning I have a healthy amount of body fat that serves me being fit. Because if you're going to work out, you need some of that energy resource. So I'm really creating a whole new conversation around health and well-being, not because it's some new invented thing. I just want to have more of a conversation about what's possible and how we're thinking about it. All my work that I work with on people and their well-being is about thought. And I've found that if I can get people to start to think differently, they make better choices, not the best choices, not perfect choices. They make better choices, and they move little by little to being fitter, and the fatter part is not as dominant. And so it's not about either or. It's a dance between both of them. So it's a lot to say. I'm glad, and thank you for listening, for everybody who stayed in here, because I wasn't sure where I was going to go with this, other than the fact that I am a stand for people being and living their best life as best as I can. And there have been many people that helped me with that. So I will be cycling inside. I will be cycling outside. I will be supporting people however I can. I am putting in here my website, which is jlynnjacobs.com, is my website that is always in a constant state of upgrading. But I would love you to be able, if you have any ideas or things that you want to share, please email me at j@jlynnjacobs.com, and I will share this with other people. And I will also put the links in there. I'd love to be able to create the community that's a wide community in the 10th of a mile move, and have you guys share it with other people as well. It's been really fascinating to see how people are taking little steps and making a major difference. And love you to watch what I'm doing on the town that gained a ton, which right now is for the summit town. But the reason why we're doing it here, it's a year-long kind of experiment. But while we're doing it, I'm going to be somebody that's going to be, I'll support people that want to do it where they live. The idea is not that I'm creating this just for us and where we live. We're creating it here so that it can be replicated and you guys can put your own spin on it where you live. So you can be out there supporting things with other people. So thank you for being here. Thank you for contributing to whatever you might want to share, that we can share this with other people. As I said, Lisa, thank you for joining me. Gloria, thanks for stopping by. Sharon, you are always somebody that stops by as well. Ratish, thank you for swinging by. Lynn, thank you as well. Randy and JC, handsome man, fit man, one of my we look a little bit alike. JC's a cool guy, and his wife Becky are really neat people. So share this with other people. And most of all, I want you to remember what I know that I live my life all the time, which is this one tattoo on my arm, which basically says, what you're for strengthens you. So I know there's stress over the coronavirus. I know there's stress over the financial market. I know there's stress over our jobs and money and things coming in. But one thing I will tell you that will make a difference is that actually when people say we're all in this together, I think sometimes people say that they're kind of blowing smoke up people's butt. They really don't believe that. Literally, this coronavirus, we are all in this together, and none of us really know what's going to happen over the next days, weeks, or months. But I do know that no matter how tough things are, if we share where we are with others, and our fears and our concerns and our vulnerabilities, and we aren't whining and complaining, but we're just stating what it is, and we're getting it out of our head and sharing it with other people, you got a much better shot at getting it out there and feeling better about it, and finding others that will support you as well. So that's what I'd like to share with you today. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. I will be back again. Berto, thank you for stopping in. And like I said, share this with other people, and most of all, be the contribution to others that they have been to you. And I think the more that we keep doing that and spreading that amongst other people, we'll all be better for it, and we'll get through this literally much better than we may feel that we are today. So stay tuned. I'll be back. And thank you for your generosity of time today. Be well.